Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. From today, until the last day of the procedure, I will not talk about anything that will make you think or change. I understand that I have covered enough topics for you to stop and think. So now it's up to you. In these last few days until the end of the first procedure, I want to share with you the position of how things are going. First, if it is necessary, for all of you who are here listening to this video now, open your minds and your hearts. Why do I say this? Because many of you still do not believe that there are beings beyond you, from other dimensions, and from other planets. I'll start by talking about this. It will be the theme of today's video. To start talking about the universe, we need to understand what the universe is. Its ancient historians, philosophers, scholars, physicists, astronomers, no matter the profession, they always tried to understand what was around them, what existed beyond what they looked at on the horizon. For a long time, there were all kinds of speculations, and as minds were very limited, you believed exactly what you were told, or rather, what was interesting for you to know. Because the information from your scientists in all eras was, and has always been, manipulated by those who held the greatest power at the time. For a long time, religions played this role. The kings, those who were supposedly in charge of the lands, had as advisors, always a religious person, who explained to them exactly what they should do. From then on, I will not mention any type of religion. I will mention church, as a representative of many religions. The church has always taken charge, and led the processes, of what was passed on to the people, for the wiser the people, the more rebellious they became against those who governed them, because they did not agree with what was being done. So how to resolve this? Leaving the people without the knowledge of what was happening, leaving them ignorant about the matter. And so it went for long ages. The church growing stronger, its representatives increasingly rich, because the rulers of the countries, of the lands, appreciated them and believed in the prophecies that were given to them. So everything was passed on to you according to what was the intention of the church. You could know up to a certain point, but then not. Anyone who dared to disrespect this was accused of being a heretic, and could even be burned at the stake. I'm not going to talk about it here, this will be the subject of another video. Let's go back to the universe. So you were never allowed to know what existed beyond the powers. Everything has always been known. Its rulers always knew that this world was not created by Adam and Eve. They always knew that races, from other planets, had inhabited this planet and gave rise to the human race. They always knew, but it was not convenient for them to propagate this, because the little story that was created for you would go down the drain. So, this information was never given, because you had to believe that everything was the result of just one couple, who created all human beings. My brothers, it is not very difficult to imagine, by the law of nature itself, that this would be practically impossible. If you stop to think, how can you explain so many races, so many colors, so many different body shapes, if they all came from a single couple? There is no answer, my brothers, because this is a big lie. This planet was colonized by beings from other planets, which is why there are so many different races, sizes, and colors. What happened to the planet is also not the topic of this video. I just want you to open your minds, because you are not unique in the universe. And then I ask again, what would the universe be? What do you understand as the universe? You have learned that you are in the Milky Way system, which has a central sun and some planets orbiting around it. This is your galaxy. And the others? What's in the others? Anything? Dust? It would be very presumptuous for you to think that our Father or Mother God only had the strength to create an inhabited planet. Now, my brothers, have holy patience. Wake up. That does not exist. The universe is immense. You have no idea how many galaxies there are in the universe, each with their respective suns, planets and people. So how can you imagine that so much diversity came from one person? Come on, my brothers. Let's open these minds. You are not alone. There are millions, billions, trillions of other beings in other galaxies in the universe, because your galaxy is just one, among millions. So you are very small. Very small. But the wisdom of our Father or Mother God is perfect, and everything in this universe has to be in balance. So everything is done so that every dot, every piece, every sector, is in balance. None of you are forgotten. Many will think, wow. But how can God manage to take care of so many people? Because He is the ultimate wisdom. He is omnipotent and omnipresent. It is everywhere and in all of you, because all of you and everyone in every galaxy has a divine spark. So He is connected to everyone. Don't try to understand, because your minds cannot imagine this. It's something you'll try and not understand. So don't try to understand. Just accept that you have a spark of Him within you. It is enough for you to understand this, and believe it. So back to the universe. Many of these beings that populated your planet remained here. Many left. You are the result of genetic manipulations that they carried out here to test. And there you are. When we say that your planet was enslaved, it is because way back, things lost their way, by the greed and power of a few. Because everything, my brothers, exists in balance. Everything has its counterpoint. So not all of these billions, trillions, quadrillions of beings that exist in the universe are good beings. There are those who oppose everything, so that there is balance. Everything has to be balanced, right and wrong, the good and the bad. This also happened here. Some beings were lost. They lost themselves to power, they were lost through bad actions, by wrong manipulations of their own powers. And then things went downhill. It's also not the topic of this video today. What I want to convey to you in this video today is that you open your minds, open your hearts. Try not to think about these beings, as you see in the films you watch. 90% of the movies you've watched regarding aliens have been manipulations by those who want you to believe that they are evil, and that they only come here to destroy you. It is part of the alienation process. Now if you look, there are also some videos, some films, that say exactly the opposite, and that were put together by those who want to spread what I'm saying here now, that these beings are benevolent, they are loving, and they want to help you. Ah, my Archangel, but you are saying that the beings that came here were not good. Yes, but let's put the current situation. Which is the goal of this video. The time has come for your planet to free itself. The Galactic Federation was created, with ships, weapons, and soldiers, ready to fight these beings that dominated their planet. They are no longer dominating. Everyone got together and came here, and they're the ones fighting, who fought. Some died for love of you, for the love of the balance of this universe, so that what happened here will never happen again, anywhere else. Ah, but there has to be balance. Yes, there has to be balance. But here it caused an imbalance in the universe, which is why your planet attracted attention, that's why they're all here, so that balance can be restored. And this is what is happening. Many beings are around your planet, in their ships, waiting for the right moment to show themselves to you. Why hasn't this happened yet? Then I ask you a question, are you ready? You would see it being totally different from you, and you would believe that that being there has deep love for you, wants to be your friend, and would you give him a hug? Or at least a handshake? Would you be grateful for everything he has done for your planet and your home? Ask yourself this question. Are you ready for this? Or you will run away, full of fear, because they are not like you. Many are modifying themselves to become humanoids, so as not to cause so much astonishment in you. They are wearing etheric clothing that brings them closer to humans, so that you will not be so terrified, so scared. But even so, the vast majority are not like you. So are you ready to see them? To accept them? To live with them? This is the question I leave here today. The day that you all vibrate love, for those around you and who are fighting for you, the day that the vast majority of the planet hits their chest and says, I accept. I'm not afraid. I want to meet them. I want to join them, the event will take place. So, you understand, why things don't happen. Because, if they showed themselves to you today, the world would go into chaos, because the vast majority would not accept them. And then yes, there would be chaos on your planet, and the entire process that we are taking great care to carry out, would be destroyed. So my brothers, I remind you again, it's not just lip service. No, I accept, I want to see, I want to see. Curiosity or love? If one appeared in front of you right now, would you agree to shake hands with him? Would you trust that he is there to help you? Ask your heart this question, because the day we realize that you are ready they will begin to appear, slowly, little by little, for some. And then things will spread. But you have to be ready. And then I ask the question again, are you ready? But from the heart? Don't forget, we see your hearts, not you. I am Archangel Michael. And in the same way I ask you, if I appeared in front of each of you today, would you believe my words more or would you run away?